Schembechler on videotape. Mark Rosen played it for them a couple of weeks ago. His legendary speech from the 1983 season before the Ohio State game. The team, the team, the team. And they have been playing as one unit here in the postseason.
And I know about that growing up in Michigan. I can remember those bumper stickers, goody goody, Bo beat Woody.
Maria Taylor's got something to add for us.
Guys, how about this? Glenn Schembechler, Bo's son, actually emailed Mark Rosen after he played the video and said, "Thank you for keeping my dad's words alive."
And it's all part of this 14-strong theme. They feel like they don't have a team of any stars, much ignored by the national media, came in unseeded to this tournament. They have 14 players. Their only senior, their senior leader, happens to be number 14, and it happens to be Coach Rosen's 14th season coaching.
He has a national championship from his Division II days coaching at Northern Michigan, and now stepping up to the state school to try and get another at the Division I level.
And Texas is really not known for its ball control. They're known for just jumping high and hitting hard. There was an example, Webster with a good touch off the block, but then she couldn't control it with her left arm.
Point Michigan.
Another unorthodox put away for Crystal and Good, but it doesn't matter how they look. When they hit the floor, it's another point for your team.
Lindsay Lerg serves it over the net. Point Texas. They are the top hitting team in the nation of the Longhorns. They have been hitting over 400 in this NCAA tournament. It's a baseball batting average. If you're over 300, you're in great shape. Let's see if they can get back to what they were hitting in the first set, not the second. And the back set, McElhenney. Down the line, great get for Palmer to keep it alive, and Webster misfires.
And there's an example when she hits high and flat, good things happen. When she tries to hit it down and sharper, Bailey Webster, then it goes into the net. And when you jump and touch almost 11 feet, shouldn't be hitting into the net.
McNeil finding the floor in a hurry. Point Texas.
And I think Texas wants to get her the ball. They feel she's so poised. She's the one who, Coach Elliott says, makes their train run. And it spreads the defense out. If they can get her some kills, then it makes the left sides, Webster and Eckerman, it makes their job easier. And there's another way she serves her team with the great set.
Oh, Dannemiller able to keep it alive. Point Michigan. Lexi Dannemiller down on the deck to dig it up.
Nice hustle, because Dannemiller also has to dig the hard hit down the line. She has to be dug in, ready to take some serious heat, but then she moves forward and goes for the off-speed shot.
Allie Sable serving, the junior from Los Angeles. McCage into the block right there. Waiting was Jennifer Cross.
Texas got what they wanted, the one-on-one play, but watch Jen Cross, number 2, reach to her right. Just so happens to be a great read. That's exactly where McCage swung.
McNeil turned back inside by Irwin. Now they'll try Eckerman over the top. The digger was there. Dannemiller a long way behind her to Irwin.
What a nice set by Dannemiller. She gets stuck and has to face the wrong way. A blind set. Normally she gets to face her hitter, Lexi Irwin, out there. Creates space. Wonderful work in transition by setter Lexi Dannemiller.
3 straight points for Michigan to open up a bit of a pad. McNeil running that play well. I know, Coach, for teenage girls that are going to be 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", there is intense competition between the volleyball and the basketball communities. McNair got away from the hoop side But quite often, isn't it the former basketball players that can get off of one foot, almost like running a layup?
And that they are ideally suited to run that kind of offense. The same attack that Jen Cross runs so often, that lots of middles run that one-legged approach. It's exactly like a layup approach, and they are well suited to run that.
Allison, Ackerman over the top of the block and down.
And we heard Maria mention earlier how Coach Elliott wants this set to go closer to the net. When it's closer to the net, somebody like Eckerman can go right over the block as she did there.
Utilizing their elevation advantage. Cross. Palmer covers. Cross with the tip, got it down, and a sweet pass from the libero, Tiffany Morales.
It sure was, and what I also like is how hard, watch Dana Miller jumping really hard. She's attracting attention when she jumps that hard, and it leaves a one-on-one. Jen Cross, nice vision, getting the ball down for the point.
Ackerman again.
And if you're Michigan, that's going to happen. You're going to give some kills, but you've got to keep playing your team game, keep different players in the offense, keep controlling the serve of Texas, and shake off those plays. And they've been doing it the last month and a half. Doesn't matter who's on the other side of the net.
Through the block goes McElhaney.
Yeah, we had a good view of that seam, Beth. Just enough space. Watch how Webster steps out, and there's a little bit of space. The play is too fast for number one, the middle for Texas, Kat Bell, to get next to her wing blocker and close the block.
Yeah, one of the reasons they were inconsistent in the wins and losses department throughout the regular season, injuries. And McElhaney coming back from an Achilles injury started to get them headed in the right direction mid-season as Allison dumps it down. Point Texas.
In this case, number one, Miss Toon there, Molly Toon, the left side blocker for Michigan. That would be her responsibility, but she wasn't able to get in and help on the play blocking.
Horns go to Webster on the tip.
So give Hannah Allison, the setter for Texas, props for listening to her coach, putting the ball closer to the net rather than 7 feet off, setting about 1.5, 2 feet off. Her outsides, her left sides are getting more kills that way.
Oh, nice play by Allison to pop it up and over. Toon's going to get a big swing again off the block, off the antenna. Point Michigan.
And they like that matchup. Toon, who's only an inch taller, but she's got a heavy arm, and they want her to be hitting against the shortest blocker on the other side of the net for Texas, the setter, Hannah Allison.
The daughter of former NFL superstar receiver Al Toon has been spectacular in the month of November and December. Molly Toon hot down the stretch. Not only dad, but a brother and a sister all were Badgers. I don't know how Molly got away from Madison, but she's enjoying her time in Michigan.
She said it was just a good fit, and boy, this season has it been. Another hole in the block, the Texas middles, with this faster attack of Michigan. As they push the tempo, the Texas middles are having trouble getting themselves to be relevant at the net.
Looking for McNeil.
Nice up by Dana Miller.
Out to Owen. Rolls it over, sliding down, and behind her head a couple of times is Webster, but it's a point for Michigan.
I like the effort by Webster. She was going for the ball, and then it ticked the tape, but she'd already committed to it, so she has to rotate around as it comes over later. Watch this shot. Webster's going to come in here. Oh, and spins and still keeps it alive somehow, but then she couldn't get it over the net.
National semifinals tied at 1 set apiece. Michigan farther than they've ever been. Texas trying to get back to the finals for the second time in 4 years. Webster tools that block. Point Texas.
And now the Michigan staff saying the same thing the Texas staff has been. Don't wave your arms around. Just get your hands across the net. Waving them around led to that tool and that point for Texas.
Webster will head to the sideline. A former high school All-American, the #1 recruit in the nation, arriving at Texas 3 years ago. And now back-to-back All-America campaigns for Bailey Webster.
Boy, that was going out of bounds. Good didn't need to touch that.
And it costs Michigan a point.
Ball came over the net, close to the sideline. Texas with a gift. Give them credit for taking advantage.
Irwin slowed down by the block. McNeil trying to set it out to Eckerman. Diving save by Lurd. Irwin getting the touch. One of the things that she talked about was being able to compartmentalize her game. If I have a few bad plays, that's behind me. If I have a few good plays, I'm not getting too high. I'm staying very even keel.
And Rosen has talked about that a number of his players. They might have a bad game and they'd be struggling for a month, but they're able to shake it off because they've been focused with the stuff from Cross. Look at that reaction. She is fired up. They've been focused on playing for each other. Cross, hands across the net, turning that right hand in.
Sable serving. Allison looking to Ackerman. And the Big 12 Player of the Year is heard from.
And that's the kind of swing they want out of Webster and out of Eckerman. The last 5 feet of court, it's going to go over the block almost every time.
Good play by Allison defensively. Michigan in transition. Dana Miller, cross, blocked by Eckerman. Cross court to Irwin. Fingertips slowing it down. Irwin again. Michigan midway through the third. A couple points up on Texas, with the winner moving on to the national championship.